Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sales with Jay and Ron.
There it is, where we are turning script readers into pro salespeople.
Today's amazing topic, it's going to be 4 ways to become a better communicator.
Yeah, guys, my fault.
No, you're good. You cut me off. I was going to say, who here has dealt with communication?
I'm not being a good communicator.
Yeah. Sometimes he's not. What are you going to do? But who here has dealt with communication issues or just in general, talking to somebody else? It's a part of communication. So that's why we feel like, it's a big part of sales is focusing on how you talk to people, yes, which comes from just communicating.
So just to jump into the first one, listen to your calls. Guys, if you have the ability to kind of listen to all your calls and any conversation you have with a potential client, I highly recommend you do. You'll be surprised how many things you catch yourself with. One is I say at least in these videos. In a 3-minute video, I'll say it like 20 times and I have to edit it out. So just listen to your calls, guys. It's super important. You'll catch yourself. There's a couple of things you probably do that you aren't aware of that'll make you a way better communicator.
Yeah, guys, I'll throw myself on the spot. When I listen to my calls or Ronnie listens to mine, we try to listen to each other's. That's just another little tip. Mm-hmm. I cut a lot of people off sometimes. We get too excited during the conversation. It's natural. I ended up speaking over another seller, and who knows? That can mess up the rapport. That could ruin a conversation. So I don't even realize how much I do that, and now that's on the front of my mind every time I'm talking to the next person because of me listening to my calls and being able to Monday morning quarterback really see how I'm doing when I'm speaking to these people.
Number 2, put your ego aside, guys. It sounds like, well, duh, right? But no, this is something I have to tell myself all the time. Especially when you're kind of speaking to those alpha people that like want to be in control, right? Is what's more important, being in control or getting the deal, right? You have to ask yourself that. And if it's being in control for you, then you're probably not a good salesperson, right? You want to do whatever you have to do and, move around, maneuver however you need to, stay dynamic, right? All of this is to get the deal, not to get your point across. So you got to make sure that you put your ego to the side and get the job done.
Jump right into the next one, which I feel like you have to put your ego aside to do, which is to practice. If you think you're the best at something and you feel like you have nothing to learn, you might not practice it. But even with
practice,
yeah. So serious though, like practice is key. Role playing, it's something we do every day. When I'm in between calls, after calls, even with a seller, like if I know it's a dud, sometimes I'll just practice by talking to that seller to see how in tune I am with the process of our 3-call process of trying to get a deal. So I feel like if you are practicing and talking to people, you're going to get better every day.
100%. And the last one, number 4, actively listen. I think by far this is, the most important thing you can do to become a better communicator. When you're truly up to that point where you're actively listening, you're no longer thinking about what you're going to say, right? Because you can't do both, right? You're either processing information or about to kind of give out information. So the more you kind of stay in the mindset that you're just going to actively listen, really gain everything you can from that seller, to then finally gather all that information, process it, and then give out your best next step, that's it. You've made it. But it starts with actively listening. How many people have we gotten deals from that they're also talking to somebody else, and this person is just offering them what they offer everybody else, when if you would have just told the person, oh, so you need 3 months to move. What if I give you those 3 months and we can buy this property from you? Okay.
Actively listening, guys, is the most important thing in sales and just in communication. If you really find a way to master your process where you don't have to think about it while you're talking to the seller, so then now I can give you my undivided attention, which everybody thinks they're doing, but you're thinking about your next question. Mm-hmm. If you have your temp or you have whatever you need in your back pocket to make a deal happen, and you could just really actively listen to that seller's problems, issues, or pain, you're going to be a way better communicator. And you're probably going to have a leg up on getting that deal.
Yeah, for sure. And you just mentioned temp.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to find out what that is, just press this right here.